Hey everybody, what's up? Can you guys see us and hear us good? Because we all know that I am not the best at StreamYard anything electronical because I have issues every time I try to go live, mostly every time anyways. Alright, just give it a second to let some people get in here and then I'll introduce my special guest this evening. Let me put my volume down so I don't echo. All right, we got some. Oh, Dr. Cross, hello. Sorry, I just opened my chat, so I haven't seen exactly who's here yet. But let's take a look. Oh, hey, everybody. Dr. Cross
Hi,
is the.
y'all.
Hey, Camilla. Hi, everyone. Yeah, so I'm like wicked close to my camera. I need to back up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yada.
Hey, everyone. What's up? Thanks for coming. Did you guys get your notifications? Probably not, right? Because that never happens. But hello.
Look, my
So,
mama's in the chat. My mom's in the chat. Hey, Michelle.
oh, hey, mom. Hey, Mama Leah. That's cute. Your mom's here. That's so cute.
Well, she's not my biological mom. But she is my mama bear. She don't play that. Let me turn
I
this
see.
off.
Let me fix my camera here. I'm a little crooked. There we go. Am I still crooked here? There we go. All right. So with me this evening, I have Aaliyah. She goes by Chapter Epilogue on YouTube and on Twitter. And she is an longtime moderator of Without a Crystal Ball, Katie Joy. So why don't you just start with telling us how you initially became acquainted with Katie?
I will say, because I didn't want people to get this wrong, but I should have made it clearer in my stream. But if you could probably tell, I was nervous. I was really nervous. But Katie and I never like formally, like physically met. But before her channel, she was writing for Pathos.
Right.
And everybody knows that she was writing for Pathos. And hi Chad, I see your hellos. Um, and of course uh I loved her articles. Like when she was still doing science stuff, I would read every article. I would, send her messages, and then over time she started messaging back. And then, this was like end of 2017, early 2018, something like that. But before the channel got started, and way before she switched to being a T channel. So, at the time, I thought I was signing up for, anti-pseudoscience, really. But
Right.
that's something I really do like have a passion about because, like I said, I oh Lord, um, sorry, my boyfriend's snoring.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
But
Todd, come get your
that,
girl. Lauren, I know, right? I already come get her. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry,
yeah,
go.
but no, what I was saying, oh yeah, we got acquainted by, me saying, sending her messages, and then she started responding was the word I was looking for. And then, I gave her my phone number.
Oh, so you guys had like
And
phone numbers. You were on that kind of level. Like you guys used
I
to
did
text.
give her my phone number, but she would never
Yeah,
text. So
hold on. This was before you were a moderator, before her channel, or in the beginning of her channel?
in the beginning,
Okay.
by the time I gave her my phone number, I was like, "Hey, Katie, can you text me about such and such, such?" I don't even remember what it was about, honestly.
Right, it was a
But
while ago, yeah.
yeah, but I did ask her to text me, and I've
Mhm.
given her like every time my numbers changed, she's had it.
Wow. So I saw a lot of people in your comments from your video last night, because if you guys in chat don't know, she did a video last night on her channel. She's pretty new to YouTube, so I wanted to make sure people heard this story, because this story that I heard last night from this woman sitting right here with me literally broke my heart, and it gave me a good solid reminder of why I make the videos I make and why I relentlessly. Oh, thank you, Selfie Queen, and thank you, Sweet Teas Mama, by the way. I'm really bad at like catching these things, so I feel like I have to stop mid sentence, because if I don't do it now, I'll just never do it.
You'll
So
forget.
much.
Sounds like me.
Thank you guys. So yeah, I saw her video last night. Now keep in mind, everybody, I am going to link Aaliyah in her channel in my description. I haven't had a chance to do it yet, but I'm definitely going to. So make sure you go and subscribe to her channel too, so you can see her story from last night, because that's kind of how, I found her. And it's just like your ability to be completely raw and open like that, it's not something easy to do. And I think we can all relate with somebody being in our lives that we show loyalty to, and then they kind of like just burn us, and that stings and that hurts. And I saw that in you last night, and I mean, it's a crappy feeling. It really is. And especially during a time where you were going through a lot, in your personal life or whatever, and you kind
My
of needed,
cousin, yeah.
yeah, your cousin. I'm so sorry to
Then
hear
my
that.
uncle died on New Year's Day, and then my mom got COVID a couple weeks later, almost died. I thought I was going to lose my mom.
That's a
Um,
nightmare. That's a
yeah,
nightmare.
all of that ran like right smack next to each other, and it
Right.
was awful.
Yeah, dude, no one should be able to handle that. That's a lot. That's a lot. So, all the times you probably were going to bat for Katie, you probably, hey, you know what? I need you right now. I just wanted someone to talk to. You hit her up. But, because it wasn't revolving around her, she kind of like ignored you. Is that right?
Yeah, over time, like she just stopped answering my messages, like unless it was just something that involved the channel, something that involved her, something
Right.
that benefited her, like or
You know,
something that or a question that I had about my job. But,
right.
yeah,
Now, did you show up for like majority of her streams and stuff? Cause like I don't tune in like live, cause it's usually members only and whatever. So like I mean you've been around a long time. You've been what longer than Jesse Bear, maybe
I'm not
moderating.
exactly sure
Yeah.
when Jessie Bear started, but I know she and I put about the same amount of time in
Yeah.
as far as
Like the
how
OG
long we were on the
moderators.
channel. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
OG moderators.
Jessie was there from the beginning, and so was I.
Yeah, yeah, you're definitely a long time person. So, and when you were going through all that stuff, you kind of like, you weren't able to moderate for a while, and then you came back, and the part that you said like that just broke my heart. You were like, they didn't even notice I was gone. Like what? These people you've been in chats with for years and years and years didn't even notice you were gone. Meanwhile, you're hitting Katie up. They're like, hey, things suck right now, and that just sucks when people do that. It really does. And this is a perfect example of like who we're dealing with. Now, at first I started thinking, I'm like, you know, I don't even have a tenth of the subscribers she has, and I have people on Twitter hitting me up, and it's hard to keep up. But with the same respect, if someone had been around that long and was a supporter like that and a moderator and things like that, like you would think you'd make it a point to like make sure you open their message and at least acknowledge it, especially since they go to bat for you all the time. It's like really messed up, man.
Especially when people would call her racist.
Yeah.
I was right there in the front, like, hey, no, this is one of my closest friends.
Mm,
She's not racist. Like, no, no, Katie's been there for me. She's helped me before. And, you know, I
yeah.
knew that I was kind of like embellishing it, but I really like because I saw everything that was going on. Okay. And the thing about it I didn't mention in my video was that oftentimes, especially after my car accident, when things just kept going downhill, kept going downhill, kept going downhill. Because the height of her popularity was
Like, sheesh, man, you had a rough like year and a half, right? Sheesh.
my grandma died in January 2019. I had a car accident in March 2019. I had surgery in April 2019, stayed in a wheelchair all the way until December 2019. I had another surgery, stayed in a wheelchair until who was that? February or March. I stayed in a wheelchair for about a year, but finally got my ability to walk back. Yay!
Oh, that's
Um,
amazing. I'm really happy to hear that, man. That's amazing. Thank God for that.
and as an added bonus, my
Mm-hmm.
6-year-old daughter made about 50 videos of my
Mm-hmm.
foot. She said, "Look at the scar on my mommy's foot. That's where she broke 3 different bones."
And of
And
course,
she,
he was about to show that off, right? Three
oh
bones. He
my,
did three of them.
my mom broke 3 bones.
That's so cute. She thinks you're a soldier. Then she's like, "Look at my mom. She broke three of them. Not just one, not two, three. That's
I
cute."
actually I actually broke four.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, like the
It's
way that
not
the car
but like,
accident happened, I did drive a stick shift. So when the car, it was a truck, 1999, a Zuzu Rodeo, little tiny truck. So, I was going down, take my way back to my parents' house, the route I take a million times. And there was this person in a big black Dodge Ram truck, and he jumped in front of me, slammed on brakes. And so, of course, my little Zuzu, I'm slamming on brakes, I'm slamming on the clutch, I'm trying to pull my gear shift out, and my truck just spins and spins and
girl, that's why I
spins
don't drive standard. Oh yeah, yeah. Too many things.
until until I ended up in oncoming traffic. My
Yikes.
daughter was in the back seat. And so when I realized that my truck ended up, and by the way, Sarah, no, Katie did not pay me. Um, when my truck ended up in the intersection, I realized I was about to get hit by oncoming traffic. I had to put the car back in gear and drive me and my baby into a ditch. So needless to say, that truck has been totaled.
Wow, wow.
But my baby made it out with not a single scratch. And
You
so
man.
I'm okay with that. I can
Yeah.
take a broke foot. My baby's fine.
Now, if that were Katie, she'd be like, "That was the worst day of my life. My baby made it out all right." Like, ugh. Anyways, so I'm sure that I'm sure that you've heard of people like me and everyone else in the tea community who have just basically just crapped all over this woman for a while now. I've been making videos about her since December, like, and I'm sure, like, in retrospect now, like, she makes us all out to just be trolls, trolls. We always hear that word from her, right? But like, I mean, now that you're on the outside, you've had time to like look back. Like, do you see now and like do you say to yourself like, how did I not see this? Like, and I hate when people are saying to you like, oh, like why leave now? Why did you stay? It's like an abusive relationship. Like, why did you stay? Like, we've all stayed in stupid things we shouldn't stay in. Like,
Okay,
obvious.
I've been in one of those too. I'm
Yeah,
sorry to cut you off, but I've been
yeah,
in one of those too.
yeah.
And
So people
you
saying
wouldn't
that, it's like,
believe
quiet.
how many of the behaviors are similar. Thank you, Donna, for your super
Thank you,
chat.
Donna. I know if I missed anyone, I missed a couple members too, but thank you, Donna. Yes, my heart goes out to her too. Thank you for watching. All right, so sorry
Um,
about that.
Let me move this over
Try not
here
to
just a
go.
little bit because anyway, but I Katie showed me the best side of her before YouTube. And I felt like I had a real connection with her. I'm disabled. I'm a disabled single. Well, I won't say single mom. I'm not single anymore. But for a long time, I was just, disabled single mom, just trying to, deal.
Right, right.
And with
So
everything that I was going through, because I went through a really bad breakup, right after my car accident, because the guy that I was with saw my injuries and he just turned around and just dipped. That was it.
wow, I'm sorry to hear
Um,
that. That's pretty rough. Yikes, yikes, girl, you've been through it. You have been through it. I'm gonna come out on the other
so
side, Gonna come out on the other side. Don't worry about that. But so what I wanted to say, I'm glad you brought that up. Um, you, I'm very curious about the evolution of KJ. Like, I think back to when I first started watching her, and I can see the change in her. Do you know what I mean? I think a lot of people have said that. Like, do you think
yeah,
that the YouTube clout has just made her like a monster? Do you think this is always who she was? Do you think that there's something going on? Me, a lot of people speculate. Now, this is just speculation, like
yeah,
medication,
obviously.
like whatever. Like, what do you think? Like, in your opinion, like what happened here? Like, why did she evolve like this? Like kind of like a mean person.
I don't think it was an evolution. I
Mm-hmm.
think, and I feel bad saying this, but it's the truth, or my truth rather. I think that when she when especially after the Amber Portwood video hit and
Right.
everybody flocked to the channel, and all of that stuff, I think she just went and just her came out. Not not the Katie that she wanted everybody to see, the Katie that she wanted me to see, the Katie that I met, the Katie that I considered myself defending was a totally different person than who she turned out to be.
Yeah.
And that's not the first time that's happened to me. I will say it's it is like that's not the first time I've lost fake friends. Okay. I've lost childhood friends.
Oh, me
I mean,
too.
girls I was friends with, Girl Scouts in fourth grade, all of that. And they straight up abandoned me when I had my baby after I left my daughter's father because he hit me. So they
Some
said,
people,
you don't
some people,
have you don't have a house, you don't have a husband, you don't have no money, so we don't want to see you or your baby. And so I basically cussed them out, and I was just like, fuck all of y'all. And if I see y'all spit in your fucking face, which I don't do that, but
some
that's
people come in
something I say.
some people come in our lives just to teach us lessons, I think, and not everybody's meant to stay. And I think we all know that. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's just tough. Like, see, especially with the thing with loyalty, man. Like you've gone to bat for this woman. Like, look what happened to Lori Ann. Like, like Lori Ann was a hitter, and then she turned out to be nobody important. So like, and the thing that gets me the most with her is that every single person that comes in to stand up for her or to try to befriend her gets stabbed in the back. Like, I don't even think I can think of one person right now that like still is standing by her. Am I missing somebody? I Jessie Bear maybe, but that's a story for another day because I've heard things now. I don't know how true this is that she's got dirt on Jessie Bear and that's why she don't go nowhere. I don't know if that's true. I don't. However, it really makes you
I've heard
wonder.
that rumor and the vice versa rumor that Jesse has something on Katie. Because Jesse does get paid. Jesse was the only one of us that got paid. When I did ask about getting paid for work, I was told that it wasn't in the budget. So I was just like, okay, cool.
What do
Yeah.
you know about Todd? Like, obviously he's an employee. She has said that outright before. Now she wants to pretend like, we forgot. But what do you think about him? Because I see him in the chat and he does not seem very nice to the subscribers and members at all.
I think
Thanks,
you
Lauren.
know what? Me personally, Todd had always been sweet to me. Always.
Okay, that's good to hear.
And he complimented my baby girl. Like he was always like awesome to me. Like,
Good.
but calling people the C word, like the other stuff that didn't involve me, I felt like what am I supposed to just ignore this?
And that's the thing too. Like you were saying at one point, you felt like you were like the token black friend, and I don't know what that feels like, but I know it's not too good, obviously. And I don't think, and I just want to put this out there. I say it all the time. I don't necessarily think that they are like straight up prejudiced people. I think that they've made some questionable decisions in the past with that record label, and I think that they lie about it, and I think that makes them look a lot worse than it should. But, the fact that you're telling me that Todd was not like nice to you and stuff, that reassures me that maybe there is some humanity there.
Yeah, like,
People.
but like when I would post stuff about like my parents or my uncle passed away, Todd was really sweet with condolences. It was like
Hmm.
I personally have never had a problem with Todd, but I have had a problem like here with his behavior, especially towards other women. I haven't liked that. Now
Yeah, I don't
just
like that either. I don't like that whole C word and like being nasty like that. Like that's not very becoming of a man. I mean, it's one thing to say it to your wife behind closed doors, like that lady's the C word. You know what I mean? But like to do it in a member chat like that, I mean,
yeah.
it's just bad taste to me. But I always joke around about his sacrifice shed and his sacrifice shed. I don't know if you've ever seen my video. I have a video. He made a music video with some bones in his shed and candles. It was some creepy stuff. And I just joke around.
Lord
Like
forgive me.
I've always said, like, hey Todd, you ever need to like leave this woman, whatever, you need to get a job and you don't want to have these weird videos, I'll take them down for you. Just ask me. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not an evil person. Like, but she just continues to lie about these things and I just leave them up to spite her because she said I had no proof about the record label. I have 10 links about it. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like why lie? Why can't she just say, hey, he really wanted a record deal, and this was the only one that
Nobody
was
else was offering.
right. Like, why not just say that's not who we are as people, but that's what we
But
did.
we
We're not
didn't do
proud
our
of it.
research. I
Right.
honestly think, I honestly think that what happened with the record label was, well, basically what you just said, that he wanted to get signed. And, they probably like pitched at him like, oh, we can be a family because, we like the same weird stuff that you like, with the alternative type lifestyle.
Right.
And, but, they didn't do their research and then come to find out the
Yeah.
history with the record label. And if I remember correctly, Todd did not renew his contract, right?
He did not, but the thing that they say is when he joined, they weren't like that, okay? Which is complete BS, because you and I and everyone else both knows that Katie definitely probably looked into that and Googled it before he ever even walked into that building. And there were articles out there already about what a nasty, like they literally would refer to gay people, Black people, and Jewish people as subhuman. Subhuman. And they put this article that was written about the things I just said on their website. Like, they were proud of this write up. Like, they were like, hey, check out our subhuman article. Like, who does that? So it was a well known thing. She'll tell you till she's blue in the face, we didn't know, but like, yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. And then she's like,
Okay.
oh, we've left. No, you fulfilled the contract. Just admit it. Like, this is the thing. Like, in the
Well,
same breath.
here's the thing. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean
I'm
to
sorry,
interrupt.
I'm
Go
my
ahead.
computer. I needed to plug it in. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Say what you were gonna say.
Here's the thing for me. And I'm going to put my glasses back on because I can't see the chat. But here's the thing for me. If they truly felt like, and I feel this way, and I've told Katie this personally, with stuff that you done tripped up, you done effed up,
Yeah.
just say sorry.
Right.
Like, just take accountability. We don't have to do this running around back and forth excuses. And like,
I
if I
agree.
had the time, I would tell you about all the times I've given her advice, like, hey, this is a really bad idea. Don't do this. Like the time she went on that Twitter rant about EDB. You know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. And I sent her a message like, hey, you need to chill. Because this ain't going.
And that's what a real friend would do, right? Like, to be like, hey, maybe you shouldn't do this. Like, that's why she needs people like that. So we all know how that probably went, though, huh? She probably didn't listen to you.
She did not.
Yeah.
Well, she responded and said that she was calming down. She was gonna delete the tweets. And then that was the last I heard from her, like a week.
Yeah. Very
Like,
impulsive. Very impulsive. Very impulsive. Now, yeah, it all goes back to everybody around her's like in the wrong. Now, I don't know if she has seen your video yet or whatnot, but like, I'm sure eventually she'll be like, well, she did this, because it's always the other person. Always. Always, always. Never once. I mean, and even when she has apologized, she erases the videos. So like, it's like, okay, you were sorry for 5 minutes until you deleted your videos. I don't know, man. But what was she like? Did you ever have any like real life conversations? Like, when was the turning point for her, do you think? Like, was it this past year, right around the Amber audio? You think everything started to like crumble? Yeah.
no, the Amber audio was probably gonna be when she was at her highest, I think.
Okay.
Um, because people were flocking to the channel. TMZ was making reports on it, and it was this big deal, obviously.
Yeah, it really was. It
Um,
was. Now, I know with the whole Amber thing, too, that I always wonder about, like, maybe you can answer this. Did people try to tell her? Now, listen, I'm not sticking up for Andrew Glennon. I'm not. I'm just saying, people tried to tell her, like, yo, Katie, Andrew Glennon has a history of X, Y, and Z. Like, maybe you should look into that before you you know, hang Amber.
blindly defend this guy.
Yeah, so I mean, do you know anything about like that, like how that went down? Like, I mean, that's kind of crazy that a lot of people have told me they tried to let her know that.
You know something? I don't. And Frank, I'm no longer afraid of being come after, so to speak, because I'm at this point where I'm tired of being afraid.
Right.
I just got over the part where I was afraid my mom was gonna die. Okay. That's a big effing deal. And I feel like if I can get past everything that just happened, if I can still get up, go to therapy in the mornings and still make my grades in school, and I'm in school full time. I'm still searching for a full-time job. I know I'm disabled, but then like I don't want to stay in this hotel forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Um,
hear you. That's
so
no part of life. I'm sorry, man. That's rough. That is rough. Um, I saw your story last night, and I gave something to the PayPal man because you got a little girl and stuff, and like that's rough. You've had a really rough time in life, and I saw someone in your comments being nasty and mean to you, saying like you were only out for the money or whatever. Like you got to remember, like I can't
I
knock
have
I can't knock anybody's hustle, okay? I can't. And especially if you have a little girl and, whatever, man, people need to just realize people go through hard things. Hey, thank you, Lori. Someone had a really good question. Oh, what was it like? It was Diane. Diane said something like, but thank you very much, Lori. Diane said something like, what was it like to watch how bad she started to treat her subscribers? Like, that got really,
oh,
really crazy.
it hurt. Like it hurt my feelings for because anyone who is in the community and interacting with me can tell you I love y'all. Okay. I love y'all. I love everybody. Um, but you know something, my big thing that was one of the biggest things that made me feel like nothing's gonna change.
Right?
Because I really felt like, especially I saw it in my video, um that I left after the Debbie and Susan situation. She went
Right.
off on Susan for talking about her late.
Right, right.
And
And that was the night that Katie was like, "Well, can't it just be about me? Like, I'm just trying to get some support here. Like, can we
over
just?"
her child that's alive. And you know something, and I love Vaughn. Vaughn is just um, but I get scared and I feel like maybe I'm overreacting, but I don't want to just like push it down either. I wonder, does she resent her son for
Yeah, I think I've read a lot of her older blogs, just like you said you read, and some of them are still out there on the Wayback Machine, and it comes across. Now, I'm not even trying to be like a KJ hater. From the outside looking in, it seems like she's very bitter, and her life was very difficult for a long time before she got her nurses or whatever. And it seems like I never hear her say like, "Oh, my son is so cute. He did this today," or "We had
my
fun."
son is so smart and he is.
Yeah, like it's never like it's always like we had to go to the hospital. I was at the hospital. But it's like all of revolves around her, and it seems very disingenuous. Like when she does try to talk nicely, it just I get that impression from reading her blogs, and I think a lot of people that haven't read her blogs would be really surprised. I'm probably not surprised, but they would be really taken aback by how bold she was back then when she would talk about how difficult it was and how she missed her old life and whatever. That poor boy, man. I dread the day he gets old enough to see the
See
things.
all of it.
Yeah, and
See all the things we've seen.
yeah, it's sad. It really is. It is. It
I
breaks my.
sit there, and I think about like my daughter has severe ADHD. And to thank you, Maria. You said I'm an inspiration. Aw.
It's
I'm just an almost 30
not
year
easy
old.
doing this. It's not easy. It's not easy.
Yeah, I'm just an almost 30-year-old woman living in a hotel. But um as far as like I think she felt like she was maybe prepared for anything and then got caught unprepared for
Yeah,
anything. And I
yeah,
get that because like I said, my daughter has severe ADHD. And especially during the years when she was younger, and you don't want to medicate a 3-year-old even when you know they have ADHD.
right,
Why are you going to medicate a 3-year-old?
right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
um so
Yeah. Now, when you first
it
met her, did he have ADD or not? Because I remember she went through like phases where he had it, then he didn't have it. Now he has it again. You know what I mean? Like that was kind of
you
weird
know
too.
something, I remember her saying something about her and Vaughn being on Adderall. I remember that.
Right.
Um,
The whole family is. I think to someone the other day, I can't remember who it was, said Todd, her, and him. Now, what are the odds that three people from the same family in the same household all need Adderall? I mean, and listen, I've met people who take it as prescribed, okay, who don't even abuse it. And years later, I've seen their personality change. Like they're impulsive. They do
you want to
things.
know how my cousin died?
Oh God,
His
how?
heart stopped working because of Ritalin.
I'm sorry.
Best friend was my cousin. We grew up every day together.
I know. I know you're in a lot of pain about that. I did see that on your Twitter, and I'm so sorry. It's just a nightmare. And thank you for sharing that, because a lot of people think that, because of the opioid epidemic, it's just everybody who passes away, like, oh, they must have been on like opioids. Like, to hear that, you know, Ritalin did that to somebody, it needs to be heard, because people think like because doctors prescribe these drugs that they're good, you could take them, whatever, but oh, that's rough,
And
man.
my cousin had severe ADHD, just like my daughter does.
Yeah, I'm
And
sure it started
my auntie wasn't doing anything wrong. They didn't know.
yeah. Yeah, because it was probably prescribed, and then you become dependent on it, and one thing leads to another, just like opiates, and before you know it, like, and nobody wants to get addicted to things. I know nurses, I know of lawyers, like, it's drug addiction does not discriminate. And that night that Kate now, speaking of that, the morning that you woke up and you saw it on Twitter that Katie had a tweet that said, "Hey, Aaliyah, as an addict, what do you think of this?" Like, what, girl? What?
I had no warning. I did not I obviously didn't give permission for that. But then I guess I kind of gaslit myself into thinking, oh well, I'm really open about my past. People know that I'm on my third year of recovery.
Congratulations! That's great.
Thank you.
Congratulations! That's awesome. Good for you.
And and that I take maintenance medicine still because
And
it's
it
what
saves
keeps me
lives.
stable
It saves lives.
and it replaces my pain management. I didn't think it would, but it did.
Yep.
I'm able to function and I
It's
don't overtake it. I'm actually doing really well on it and I'm really stable on
good.
maintenance medicine. So um when people say you're replacing one addiction for another, if you work the program correctly, it's not.
Right.
I haven't taken a pain pill since my last surgery.
Wow.
And at that point, I didn't really have a choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they cut me all the way open, cut my leg because they had to repair some tendons in my leg and fix fix the bones in my foot.
All
I
for you.
had yeah, I had a screw in my foot. Oh,
Oh, Robin. Okay. By the way, everyone in the chat is just so proud of you, and like, and that must be uplifting, Like, I find that to be so touching that everybody is just like, you go, girl,
thank
because I
you
I
guys.
know
I see everybody and I really appreciate I am on live.
so many people are
Oh,
on maintenance. So many people are on maintenance meds, and I know for a fact it saves lives. And yes, Meg, we recover. Thank you, Meg. Meg Ken. Megan? It's Megan.
Meg, just
Hey, Megan. So yeah, what did someone Suboxone saved my life? Yup. Yeah, man. And
Suboxone.
remember how when she had, so not only did your tweet, that's rude, okay? Even if you're open about it and whatever, you never blast somebody like that, okay?
And then
That's rude.
the question she asked me was, do you think this person, this celebrity, was high? You think she was high as a recovering addict? Aaliyah, do you think she was high?
Are
And it's
you?
like,
Oh, so you're the oracle of all highness? Like, what?
I'm supposed to know that this person I have never met a day in my life is how
Well, I don't
what
know. You're like, send me a picture of their pupils, Katie. Like, well, like, let me get some blood work. Like, what kind of question is that? Jesus. She could have DM'd you that question. She needed to blast it like that. So somebody, hold on, before I forget, because I keep looking for it, somebody wanted to know if your daughter still had a list. And, afterwards, if you do, I'll put it in my description and whatnot. There's lots of good
I
people.
actually, I closed her list after Christmas, obviously. Now, Mama in the chat bought her grandbaby, like so many cute like dolls and a little play tent and
Oh,
all of
there it
like
is. Yeah. Diane,
she
can you
had
put
a
like, so yeah, whatever you do need. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I know life must be tough in the hotel and whatnot. So yeah, if you ever want to post that link, I'll be more than happy to share it. There are lots of good people out here, man, who do want to help and see people do good. We're not all just the trolls that some people like to paint us as. So yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to like interrupt you. I just wanted to
no,
make
I
sure
get it. I get
that.
it. No, I was about done anyway.
So
No, yeah, but I ended up closing her list after Christmas because her birthday isn't until August. So
right. Now, to be fair, I do like to be fair when I can. So just so you guys know, when I first had Aaliyah come on and before we hit live, she did tell me that Katie did help her out at one point on Thanksgiving, right, Aaliyah? That's
yeah,
really nice. So I'm really glad to hear that.
yeah.
Because I feel like you definitely deserve that. But um
That was the only time ever I had asked for anything really other than, hey, can you like return my message from her? And it was because I didn't have anybody else to. Usually I borrow money from my parents or my grandma, somebody like that. It's been a hard year.
Yeah, it's been real hard. And you knew that she was going to be doing a giveaway, or you said something like, "Oh, my daughter has an Amazon wish list." Just you didn't even ask her to help you. You just said, "Can you share it?" Right? And she was
Yeah,
like,
I
"Oh
said,
no."
can you tweet my daughter's Amazon wish list? I said, if you take a look at it, I don't have anything on there for me. I just got toys and you know a couple of
It was
things
all
like a
too
couple of
yeah,
electronics or whatever that she wanted.
yeah.
And then my parents went overboard and bought her a pink chrome hoverboard. Ugh.
Oh, okay. That's cute. That's cool. I didn't even give my daughter one of those. Wow. All right then. That's a see. Things have a way of working themselves out. But you figure that if she saw a list with all little girl stuff on it, and she knows you and you've been there, since day one, that she wouldn't have a problem sharing that. But that just rubs me the wrong way.
What
But
she
hey.
told me. Besides, what did you do with the money that I gave you for Thanksgiving? I spent it on food.
You okay? I have a philosophy. Once I let someone borrow money or I give money, what
I
they
didn't
do with it,
change.
what they do with it is on them. I don't need receipts. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a horrible. That just goes to show
She
she
asked me to list what I
doesn't.
bought with $150 worth of groceries for
Wow,
Thanksgiving.
wow. Did you tell her you got the cheap gravy? You didn't get the good gravy.
I
Jesus.
basically said, look, my daughter and I had Thanksgiving dinner by ourselves. And I appreciate your help. I'm not asking you for any more money. I know that things are tight for a lot of people, especially, with legal bills and stuff. I said, what I said was, could you just, tweet it? Because
Exactly. Exactly. You weren't asking her to buy all the things on the list, and that's crazy. Now, it's kind of funny. How do you remember how like when things started to fall apart for her, like around, oh,
thank
Holly,
you, Holly.
yeah. I mean, how can you see Aaliyah's story and not want to talk about it and not let people know? I mean, if I'm gonna make funny KJ videos, then I think it's only fair to show the dark side of KJ, and this is what kind of person she is. And I'm sorry, I don't think that there's any coming out of this. I don't think that she's ever going to change. People can change, but I doubt it with this one. But where was I going with this? Okay, so would you say October, November, things started to fall apart, and then all of a sudden she wanted to be, doing giveaways and helping people and doing this and doing that? Like that timing was kind of suspect. Thank you, Diane.
I'm gonna tell you something. I wasn't told anything about it.
Yeah, the time.
Nobody gave me a heads up.
Yeah, that had me
Um,
paying her
I
attention.
just like I sat down at my computer and saw she was doing an Amazon wish list drive. And that's something that I
The
also do, by
same
the
thing.
way. The exact same thing I do in the domestic violence group that I run.
She is selfie queen Cindy. Like I think you said it better. Wow, KJ is vile. It's as simple as that. Like she's just, ugh, ugh. And I'm sorry that there is nowhere in the universe where somebody has that many people who are wrong and they're right. It just doesn't happen like that. It doesn't. It doesn't. It just doesn't. You know? Yeah. I mean, I think you're really brave for telling everyone your story because it must have been hard, you know. But at this point, she didn't give you any loyalty that you earned and you should have had. So like you said,
At
you
that
already
point, I was already like kind of like,
veering away. Yeah. One foot
yeah.
out the door.
And I would still send her a message like, hey, Katie, this is a bad idea. Don't do this. I
Yeah,
would
you would
still send her
still.
messages like that, like, hey, just chill. Just
Yeah.
chill out.
It's good to have
Um,
a friend like that who will tell you to just chill. Because, like, let me tell you, I'm an Aries. I am a fire sign. I sometimes my
I'm a
temper.
Leo. I'm a
Okay,
Leo.
I'm a ram. But yeah, I mean, there's been a couple times in my life where I had to have a voice of reason, especially on the internet. Like, hey, maybe that's not a good idea. And I'm like, you're right, you know. But Camilla, thank you. So yeah, it's good to have people like that, man. And anybody should be lucky to have a friend that would go out of their way to be like, hey, you know what? Maybe that's not a good idea because people will always tell you what you do right, but not everyone wants to tell you what you do wrong. So, but like I said, I am gonna list your channel and stuff. And like I said, if you have the list, I'll be happy to share it. Let's see. Anybody have any questions as far as Aaliyah goes? I know that there was some, but I definitely missed them because I don't want to be bird watching like some people. Because if I start looking at the chat, I'll get all sidetracked. So I try to like peek at,
Same.
but it is hard not to sound like our friend there. But yeah, she's money
Just
hungry.
ignore my boyfriends.
Oh, abusive friendships. Okay. What does this say here? Abusive friendships mimic abusive relationships. KJ is abusive, has definitely narcissistic. I think she is and always has been this person. So I remember a couple months ago, I said in one of my videos, I'm like, do you guys think that she's always been this person, or do you think it's a mental illness, um, substance, whatever? And they were like, sometimes, easy, sometimes people can be both. You can be a horrible person and have issues. I'm like, yeah, I guess you're right, but you figure someone like her who could really use support right now. I mean, let's be honest. As much as I dislike her, I know that everybody needs support, even that biatch. But you think she'd go out of her way to be nice and to spend the extra time opening the people who still support her messages because I'm sure there's not that many right now. But no, but no. All right, so let's see here. All right, narcissist.
Diane had a question up here.
The narcissists do never change. You're absolutely right. Where was Diane's? Did I miss?
Misha, no, she has not reached out.
Oh,
Diane
maybe
asked,
somebody-
where did I find her?
That's cute. Where was?
Thank you. Thank you very much for like the compliments. Like you guys have been just like my cheeks have creases. I've been smiling and happy, and I feel loved and warm and supported. Like things that I was scared of weren't as big of a deal as it made it out to be. And it's like I wasn't scared of Katie herself. It wasn't that. Is what would happen once I turned.
Right, right. Because she can play dirty. We all know that. Now, I was gonna do a stream a couple weeks ago. I asked people to write to me and tell me their stories. And girl, when I tell you I had emails of horror stories, I still can't believe half the things I read. Now, I decided not to go through with it because I know that she can play dirty, and I didn't want to have these people be victimized all over again just for sharing their stories. Even though I was going to do it anonymously, I just something didn't sit right with me, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna do that. Next time someone wants to tell their story, they can do it themselves, like I said to you. Um, Hi, Ali. I
That's a
told you
cat.
Susan said, "Hi, Lee. I told you this community is awesome. They took me in with open arms after she called me out talking about my daughter passing." Wow.
Called me out. I like air quotes. So when I see something that I look like, because I'll be like, so of course I'll use all my air quotes. But yes, Susan, you did, and I just like I over and over and over again. I still want to say I'm sorry that whole situation happened, and that was my last straw. Like I was gonna try and like ease my way on out without causing conflict. But after that, I was just like, no, I can't stand for this. This is awful.
Right. Right.
And by
Awful.
then, I had stopped defending her on Twitter and all that stuff.
You weren't
I just
going
gave
out of
up
your
on that.
way. Yeah, you weren't going out of your way to defend her anymore. Right. Right.
Has she defended me? Has she defended any of us?
Nope. Nope. She only defends herself. Herself. She is.
That's correct.
Yeah. Could you please link her Instagram? Someone said, yeah, I'll link it all. Any links you want to give me, Aaliyah. They want all the links. They don't want all the smoke. They want all the links. So that's a good thing.
NASCAR want all the smoke.
They don't want this. Oh, oh my God, shithead! Really? Are you serious, dude? Thank you. That's so nice of you. And just so you know, I am going to be making a generous donation to Aaliyah and her daughter tonight too. Because we gotta spread goodness, man. The tea community is such a. Thank you so much, shithead. I it's so weird saying that out loud.
Right.
Shithead. But like, he's been a friend of mine since I was on the other side of the internet with First Amendment auditors. Well, I still am technically, but thank you very much. You just came out of nowhere with that, buddy. Haven't seen you in a while, but yes. Okay. Oh, here's a good question you might know. Lisa asked, why do you think the cease and desists were taken like as a joke?
I don't know. Okay. When she was on stream talking about the cease and desist, and I was just kind of like, oh,
it's almost like she dared her. Like, go ahead, send me, take me for a lawsuit. It was almost like she wanted her to.
yeah. When she said, Tati won't sue me because we'll find out all this dirt in the discovery process.
Thank you, Kentucky girl.
I think what happened was she felt like, you know what, I can slip on through this because I'm just a small channel. Who cares?
Right.
They can't get any money out of me because I'm so small. And what does my word mean?
You thought she was untouchable, right? And look how that worked out. Yikes. Can I ask the beautiful Aaliyah if KJ ever spoke about her son and how so, and how did A feel, and how did A feel about it? Am I missing something? And
A is me, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm a little slow sometimes. Yeah, that's you, A. How'd you feel about it?
I usually go by AG because I'm not old enough to be an OG.
I know you're like
no,
in
I'm
your
playing.
20s. So what do you talk? You're still in your 20s. You're still a little baby. You're a baby.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm closer to 30 than 20. But KJ, like if she spoke about her son, like not in the way I would speak about Anna. That's really like the best way I can describe that.
Usually when mothers talk about their children, they're like,
I love bragging on my kid. She made all A's and B's on her report card. She's in basketball too.
Yeah, as far as us moms are concerned, our kids like shit rainbows. Like there's nothing like that isn't spectacular, But I don't know if you missed that part, Julie. We did talk about that a little bit. How even Aaliyah felt like every time she talks about her son, it's always like in a what's the word?
Resentment kind of way. Yeah. Like she was like she's like, if not for you having all these problems, I wouldn't have to deal with this. Like
and she's so blessed to have nurses in her house, or at the very least, maybe Todd is paid to take care of it being in her. Who knows, right? Like a lot of parents, I shouldn't even say some, majority of parents don't even have that. So like, yes, A is Aaliyah. Thank you. I'm a little slow, right, Julie? Come on, let's be honest.
Lisa says she talks about her son as an object. I agree.
Yep. Yep. And, her son is just a check from the government. For all we know, I just don't see the glow in her talking about him, and it makes me really sad. It does. It does. It just
Did
makes
you
me.
see the picture I posted on Twitter of my daughter? Mhm.
I did not. I did not see that, but I want to.
Girl, it's the first tweet on my
I
feed. Just
I
take a
saw
look at it when we're
your
done.
yeah, your pin thing was about your cousin. That like broke my heart, but I haven't had a lot of time today to bebop around on stuff, but I definitely will. But yes, exactly. My daughter is put up on a pedestal, exactly. And it's not her son, it's their son. She does say that.
My son, my son, my son.
Yeah.
Someone asked, I don't remember exactly who, but I do remember the question was if we were asked to mass flag
Yeah,
LB,
yeah.
Rel, other people. That's a good question. Well, the answer I'm going to give you is kind of like yes and no, and I'm going to tell you why. Because um, when the whole Leslie Bass situation went on with all of that, the mess that
Yeah,
was, Jesus help
that
me,
was a mess.
that was a mess. So she said something about if you think that these videos are harassing me, can you go report them? And I never did because I live by straight code. No, I
You
don't.
ain't no
I
snitch. You ain't no snitch. Yeah.
ain't no gang. I'm not a gangster, but I don't
I
I
mean,
don't get the police involved.
right, but her definition of harassment is so far fetched from what harassment really
From what
is.
he is, yeah.
Right, right. Like she thinks that, telling her she shouldn't be talking about the Duggars like that. That's harassment. Do you know what I mean? Like everything's harassment.
And
Um,
then, I've always been a little bit uncomfortable with how she's covered the Duggars, but that was some of her top ranking content. So,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I joked around with somebody. I said, I'm gonna take all her Duggar custies away. I'm gonna start streaming about the Duggars, but they don't interest me. I was just kidding. But that yeah, she's one of the only people like really that I can think of that even covers them. To me, they're kind of boring, but they're interesting, but not something I follow. But it really upsets me. Do you remember how recently? I'm glad that I thought of this. Do you remember how recently she said she came out and she said that she is part of the LGBTQ, okay, whatever. And then she said, the reason why I never said so before is because, how would you like it if someone forced you to come out of your sexuality? Okay, well, how do you think that those Duggar kids feel when you do it to them? Do you know what I mean? And this is the self awareness that we deal with her. Like, how many times have you heard her speculate on whatever the Duggar's name is being gay or the girl's a lesbian? Like, she just said that. Like, she doesn't like when people do that to her, but it's okay for her to do it. Like, it's
Oh,
crazy.
but they're public figures, they signed up for this.
That is what she would say.
I did want to address what Just Brit said. When because she did type that, Katie did ask for mass flag, which she did. But
Yeah.
what I was trying to say was she was trying to ask for it in a roundabout kind of way.
I'm not even gonna read that out loud. I'm sorry. I try to be good, but sometimes it's hard.
It isn't KJ's fault. She's not an edge lord. All edge, no point.
I try to be good, but it's so hard.
I can't help it.
Oh my god. Anyways, yeah.
I'm sorry. Like I'm having a lot of fun here. Like
Yeah.
I love this.
I
Like
try not
this
to
is
talk
very
about
comfortable.
I think the whole edge thing is hilarious. I try not to talk about her looks though. Like I really do try to stay away from that. But I mean, I think BXB's boy, the whole edge thing really does make me laugh. But then again, I can laugh at myself, so and not get like really petty with people. So, all right, question:
Miss
Did
Danny said she's also a now she's a public figure. She's also she has asked for it. She
was
is
she
now a public
special,
figure.
you guys? Yeah, but she's special, you guys. Nothing applies to her, and that's the problem. That is the problem. Did KJ ever collab or interview women's rights or BLM channels? I don't think she did, right?
Look at my face.
No, no. She lied about the whole I did a video on that too. She literally in the middle of the Oh, hi, Nikki. Thank you. What is this here? Hypothetically, do you think someone with the initials KJ wrote the motion to dismiss?
Honestly,
Where did I go with this? I just lost my train of thought real quick. Hold on. What does this one say? I don't know about the KJ initials. I don't think she wrote it. I think she tells Brown what to do a lot of the times, like what happened yesterday with the newest filing. I think she's in Brown's ear, probably driving him nuts. She probably helped write it, gave him an idea what to write, but that's just my opinion.
I'm going to
Um,
tell you the truth. Looking at how the documents were written and then thinking back on when I used to read her writings, a lot of it sounds really similar. I'm
yeah,
not going to speculate whether or not she wrote it. I'm saying it sounds really similar to her writing style.
right. And uncivil law did say it's not completely uncivil law. My boyfriend Holla. I always joke around that like I'm his secret admirer just because I like his sense of humor. I think he's funny, but uh where was I go? Oh, it's not uncommon for people to help their lawyers write things like that. So maybe that's where a lot of us kind of looked at it and went, that sounds like it could be KJ, you know? So who knows?
I mean, and it does sounds like she just dictated it and he just and somebody just typed it.
Right, right. I think that guy wants out. I think he wants out. I do. I think he's had enough of her. In my opinion, anyways. I mean, look at what we're dealing with. Like yesterday's. Like that was ridiculous. That was paranoia. Like what Brown did was paranoia. I mean, it's crazy, and I feel like that KJ's behind it. Everyone's like, "Oh, Brown did this, he did that." Like they're forgetting who's pulling these strings and making him dance. You know? Can you imagine dealing with? I can't even. Oh yeah, are we gonna fight over uncivil law?
Yeah, y'all can have him.
No, I'm one step ahead of you, girl, because I sent him a sun catcher with a creepy note, a very creepy handwritten note. I said, "This is not creepy at all, right?" Smiley face. He's probably terrified of me, honestly. But I did it all in good fun. I'm not that weird. I mean, I am weird, but what age is uncivil? I don't know. He turned into uncivil dog. Oh man. All right. So let's see. Either what is this piece of advice, Stacy? It's either a lesson or a blessing, but if you learn from it, it's never a waste of time. Isn't that the truth?
You
A
know,
reason,
I
a reason or a
still,
season.
I still 100% say I am a lucky, blessed. Like I am incredibly humbled by the love you guys have shown me, but I still feel even staying in this little hotel room, it's temporary, and
Right.
I know that there's a future. And are you?
It's temporary. This too shall pass. Exactly.
Yeah, it's temporary. This too shall pass. And I don't know if you can hear my boyfriend snoring. I apologize.
I don't
Um,
have to say that, honestly.
um, but yeah,
That's
I
because
still consider myself really blessed. I got a roof over my head. I got a heater. I got food in this refrigerator. I got cereal on top of the refrigerator. My baby got snacks.
yep,
We're good.
yep.
You know,
Get
we don't have everything we want, but I'm okay with that because that time will come. I only got 2 more years left of nursing school. That's it.
Oh, you're
Well,
in
to
school?
get my nursing degree, I got
Oh, good
more
girl.
years left, and then I'm
Good
done.
for you. Good for you, man. That's amazing. You're making the best out of a tough situation, and and if anyone has a problem with that, then they must not know what it's like to be in a tough situation. I like when I ever read that comment on your thing today, I was like, why do people do that? Like, you've never had a tough time in life? Okay, you're lucky. Shithead, stop it. You're going through hell. Keep going, Winston Churchill. I never heard that quote. Thank you. That's
I have
very
a
enlightening.
love, I have a love hate relationship with Winston Churchill.
Do you?
I do. Have you ever watched The Crown?
No, I haven't actually.
Girl, watch
Okay, what's it called? The Crown?
The Crown. It's on
It's
Netflix.
okay.
On
You know what?
Netflix?
I need a
Yes, on
Netflix.
Netflix.
I need a Netflix show, so I'm definitely gonna note that real quick.
You would do
But
really good.
Angie, all right. So what did Emily said? It isn't making sense that Brown is using up all the money this early unless someone is allowing him to do it. KJ doesn't have that much money. Okay. Also, Angie, didn't Emily speculate? Well, someone in comments did, and Emily kind of read it that maybe they have something up their sleeve with the what's the other guy's name? The one who the business partner. They think that maybe that KJ has something up her sleeve.
Swanson.
Yes, thank you very much, Swanson. They
It
think that
took me a second, but
yeah, I always forget that name. They think that she might have something up her sleeve with Swanson, and she might be able to, who knows? Who knows? The amount of money she is dumping in is sketchy. It is. It makes you wonder, like, what do you know
what's
that
really
we don't?
going on?
What do you know that we don't, right? And this is the most interesting law. I mean, I don't follow many lawsuits. It's not like I've followed many in my life, but this is straight up. I mean,
This and the Free Britney lawsuits.
yes, I know.
And then, I'm gonna just be totally honest. I love politics. I will never be a politician, but I love politics.
That's
I
an acquired.
really,
That's an acquired taste, right? I look at
it
politics
is. It
as
is.
bullshit artists. I think they're all bullshit artists. It's like who's the lesser of the evil, and I just can't even. But I was on a rant last night about how Ted Cruz took off to freaking Cancun.
Cancun.
Yeah, I know that he came back, but still, and everyone's like, "Oh, what do you want him to do about it?" I don't know. Stay there and demand answers. At least be there with his people while they're going through this. Like that's what a leader's supposed to do, you know?
Or
Like
call up the electricity folks and the water folks. Be like, hey, y'all need to get some trucks out here and fix this.
there's no
Do
answer.
something.
At least pretend like you're doing something. Don't take off to a tropical island. I don't know, that really went up my butt sideways, and I can't imagine. Like I know as of yesterday, as of today, I mean, some people still don't have water, whatever, So it just, yeah, man, it's rough. It's
Oh,
rough.
Mama said, all I can say is that she's the most amazing woman, the most amazing mom, the most amazing aunt.
Oh, I'm so glad that we can uplift you, honestly, Aaliyah, because the tea community, we throw a lot of salt, we do. We love salt, we love it, but we also love sugar, and this is sweet.
Thank you, Mama. Thank
Booba.
you. I do have a story behind why she says I'm a good aunt. I stayed out of school for 7 years. I stayed out of school to help my baby sister raise her son.
Oh,
And I just got back in school after 7 years because she was 16 when she had him.
wow.
She was 16 years old when she had my nephew. And
You
from
with
day
that?
one, I was like, girl, go to school. I got the baby. Go to
Yeah,
school. I got the baby. And
that
so
is
my sister just recently graduated. I'll post that on Twitter too. And I'm so incredibly proud of my baby sister. I'm so incredibly proud of my folks. Like you just like words can't describe.
awesome.
Like this was the day I was happy. I was like, you don't realize how happy I was to see my baby sister get her degree because it's been a long road.
Yeah,
But
she lucky she has you and your mama there to help her like that. It's amazing. Some people don't have that. It's rough,
my
man.
nephew still calls me at least twice a week. TT, I got a haircut.
Oh, my niece calls me TT. That's so cute. And like, yeah, it's like a Portuguese thing in my family, TT. I always forget that other people call him TT because I never really knew anyone. Yeah, everyone thinks you're so sweet and so amazing, and if your mom is here, she must be proud. You're a good person, man, and I feel like things will turn around for you. Might not be today, might not be tomorrow, but it's just a temporary thing, like you said. So yeah, like leave me all the links, just all the links. Drop them to me on Twitter. I'll put them in here, man, and I can't thank you enough for coming on and talking. Oh, well, we'll do one more question here. Let's see. Where was it? It was a question. Why did they go so quick on StreamYard? Okay, here it is. Question. During the live chats, what were her rules behind the scenes on what kind of comments to delete? Okay. Anyone's that gave her criticism from the trolls?
It wasn't even that. There was no structure. It was like, hey, this is like it was no all caps, no this word, this word, this word.
No all
Uh
caps. Sheesh.
no excessive emojis, no talk about mental health, no talk about this. It was like it
Excessive
was
emoji?
not it didn't make sense.
Make It makes
Okay, the rules about what you need to get rid of versus, versus what can stay. It was not consistent. Okay, not at all.
excessive emojis. I've never heard that one before. Wow. Wow.
Because apparently it looks like
What
spam.
laugh faces? You have a two laugh face limit, all right, or else you delete it. One heart, that's it. Not two hearts, one heart. Oh man,
Don't
that's
even think about three.
I know, right? That is nuts. Oh man, all right. I'm so glad you got all this love on here. This makes me so happy. It really does.
I love you guys.
Yeah, stay on topic. She told me to stay on topic once too. I was like, listen,
Yep.
no. I was in a chat talking about something and I had only said like two things and she told me, she's like, stay on topic. I'm like, what are you, my substitute teacher? Get out of here. Like, no. As long as I'm here and I'm involved in your live, what does it matter what I talk about? I'm still giving you interaction.
Yes.
So stupid. Anyways, on topic. All right. So 47 deaths in Texas. Let's just say a quick prayer positive thought for Texas, man. Just get it together out there. This is the USA. Nobody should be suffering like that right now. It's uncalled for. It makes me
Look,
angry.
the USA is ghetto. Okay. All these, we're a first world country, but we're not acting like it. All of this stuff that's going on, this shouldn't be a thing in a first world country. Our people should not be dying because we're just not prepared. I'm angry about that because our people are dying.
I know.
And no, I'm not from Texas. I'm from Alabama, but
I was gonna ask you that next. Where you were from? I couldn't figure it out. Everyone thinks I'm from New York, but it's actually Boston. But Alabama, okay. All right. So
and
it
if
large
y'all want to save me and get me the hell up out of here, check out my PayPal in the description.
can't knock the hustle. You just can't. You can't knock the hustle. I don't care what anyone says. So delete this T. I dare you, Lauren. If I knew how to delete that on StreamYard, I probably would, because you're mad funny. That is hilarious. All right, guys. So I'm gonna drop it on Twitter in the description. I'm gonna pin it in the comments so you all be able to find it. But thank you so much for coming on. And like I said, I'm gonna make sure we get some of these super chats over to Aaliyah and her daughter. And yeah, man, I'm just glad that we did this. Thank you. I know it's not easy to come on and to say somebody hurt you. Like that's not
You did
easy.
ask me. You asked me a question before we got on live, remember? And the question was, do I plan to continue streaming?
Oh
The
yeah,
answer
yeah.
the answer is yes.
Yeah, you should stream. You know what? I think you'd be really good at it. You were a natural last night on there. I'm like, wow, not everybody can turn the camera on and say somebody hurt me today, or whenever it was. You know what I'm saying? That's not easy to do, and people appreciate that honesty, like bearing it out like that. It's just how can you not respect someone who tells you how they really feel,
See, the thing is, I'm not a public person. I don't have a public persona versus but so I don't know how to not be Aaliyah. I
Right.
don't. I
Good.
mean, I grew up in a
That's
little
who you do.
city, a little tiny small town in Alabama. My daddy had custody of me when I was little. My daddy was in the Marines. I grew up a military kid. Like all the stuff that, I can't be anybody but me because you know how long it took me to get comfortable with me, with who I am. I
Right.
used to hate me. And I didn't realize I hated me. And I had to get it through my thick skull. Hey, if you hate you, what's the point? Why do you think your daughter's gonna turn around and say, oh, well, my mom is my mom is a strong woman, but she hates herself. Like,
Right. Right.
no, I don't want my daughter to have the same insecurities that I grew up with.
Right, right. It's so important to speak, positivity. And like I tell my daughter she's smart more than I tell her she's beautiful. You know what I mean? I want her to know she's
Oh, I tell
intelligent.
her all the time.
Mhm.
I said,
The
look
rest
at
of
those
them have
A's
that.
and B's. Look at that. Look at that math homework. You didn't even need my help on that.
And that builds their confidence, and that's a crucial age right now, especially your daughter and my daughter at. That's where their self-esteem gets built. You better say it before you bunce up out of here. Todd, come get your girl. Somebody come get her. Just come get your girl. Someone come get her. All right. All right, guys. I'm gonna hop off here, but Aaliyah, let's talk again soon. Everybody check back in a little bit for her information. and we'll go from there. But thank you for
Well,
coming
I
on.
could say it on stream. Can I say it?
Of course you can. We
Um,
can say it.
on Twitter, chapter epilogue, no spaces. Instagram, chapter epilogue. If you want to donate to my Cash App, then it's $ Aaliyah Grace, so my first name. And PayPal is paypal.me/Aaliyah Grace. I'm gonna send / Aaliyah Grace. I'm gonna send you the links on Twitter.
Definitely. There's plenty of good people out there who just want to see people happy and do good, you know. But yeah. Oh, Ween Fane. All right, man. All love. It's all love. It's all love in the tea community. No salt today. Just
Y'all are so amazing. Thank you for having me.
all right. You're welcome, man. Let's do this again and keep up with your channel. All right. We'll look
I
forward to.
will. I will.
All right. Bye,
Thank you
Aaliyah.
guys. Bye.
Bye, Mama Aaliyah in the comments too. By the way. I'll see you guys later. Take care.
Bye.